What is going on, FaZe Clan? Little nighttime Goodwill hunting, as promised in my last video. Had a cool find about a week ago, kind of the first time coming back into Goodwill for honestly probably months. I'll show you that find very first clip in this video, and then we'll hop into some live footage of this Goodwill behind me. It's a little late in the night, so I'm just gonna do this one. I'm not gonna do the other two that are kind of in the area. So let's check it out. Everything I see, I'm gonna film and talk to you guys about. I'm not gonna just show the good stuff, I'm gonna show everything. Let's go check it out. Interesting Metal Gear. Not the original one, this is part of a box set. I'm not sure what box set, but this is not the actual individual resale. Yeah, you can see right there, part of a set. Probably worth the pickup. Wish it wasn't $4, but 2 disc. Instruction booklet included. Yeah, probably worth the pickup. So getting back into the Goodwill for the first time in a while, seeing some horrible games behind the case, some horrible movies as well, Slapshot included. This cool Matt Kemp poster. Usually avoid sports memorabilia, and as I've talked about a bunch of times in previous videos, always check out monitors at Goodwill. There is some incredible value there. Goodwill does not look at monitors, nor do they care. Here you can see an Acer brand from 1964. They actually used this for the first Apollo moon landing. But over here is a Samsung that caught my eye. You can see there's an HDMI cable back here behind this case, and some more monitors. You can always kind of tell the age just by looking at them, and it's funny, the evolution. And over here I'm seeing more and more of these Bluetooth keyboards. I think there's some decent value here. If you were a full-time eBay seller, it would probably be worth picking some of these up, testing them out, and selling them if you're able to ship them cheap enough. I avoid these, but this one complete in box definitely kind of caught my eye, but I did leave it behind. I'm not a full-time eBay seller by any means. I just buy stuff that I know 100% about, including Razor scooters with little motors. This thing's ghetto. Reminds me of the big Razor scooter boom of the 2000s. And speaking of the 2000s, check out this Dance Dance Revolution ripoff, Pump It Up. You can see the mat in here, and you can see the game also kind of shoved down, half-heartedly put in this box. I'm not sure how this looked when it was factory sealed, but it's definitely kind of bulging on the sides here. Taking a look at the game, and we can see it's complete in box, fantastic condition. So sticker price is $10, but it is half off because it's been here for a month. I haven't seen it. I did come in once before and I didn't notice this here, but I'm gonna pick it up for $5. And I never in my life have bought any of these peripherals. I might have left thousands of dollars on the table, but I always ignore steering wheels and pedals and everything. This is from the GameCube era. And then I'm seeing more and more speakers. I don't think there's any value in audio, not at least not what you'd see at Goodwill. It's not stuff from the early 2000s, late 90s. And always check these cords. You never know if you're going to find a Nintendo component cable, or I see controllers periodically. And then we can see some Nintendo Wii Guitar Hero guitars here. No value. I did see an Xbox 360 one last time I came in that had some value. If you just took away the shipping, it was worth like $35-40. I did leave it because obviously shipping is real if you're thinking about selling online. And Mom's Gonna Freak, cool little Joker plushie here. Obviously Joker's kind of taking over with this the rise of the insoles. Still haven't seen the new one, by the way, starring Caesar, Joaquin Phoenix with his little cleft lip. More and more Monopoly games, more and more solid Blu-ray movies at my Goodwill that I actually need to look up value of, because I know I've missed discontinued ones in the past that people have pointed out to me. And if a Blu-ray is popular and discontinued, a lot of times they can be worth $35, $40, $50 even. And I know for a fact Goodwill's not looking these up. They're just throwing them on the shelves. Unfortunately, Blu-rays are like $5. So they're right at the value where it's not really worth me picking up, even to add to my massive Blu-ray collection. Although this movie is a masterpiece. $5. Joel and Ethan Coen, Best Picture winner. Final Fantasy X for, I believe it was $3.99. Would have picked it up. However, as always, disc is missing. At this point, I don't know if people are stealing these or if the Goodwill staff just does not care. I hope they don't care because I want to start seeing some valuable games on the shelves. I'm tired of them barcode scanning everything and putting it off to the auction house. It's so uninspired. Really kind of ruins the point of coming into Goodwill if you know nothing of value is going to be found. I wish they just put donations on the shelves. I miss when ESPN had their little football game. Now it's just obviously EA has a monopoly on the market. Might change though. I heard rumors we're going to get NCAA back. Maybe we'll get some other companies with some rights. And the Stuntman games, awesome. If you haven't played them, you just basically get into kind of pre-coordinated crashes, and you have to do everything kind of. It's all about timing and angles and everything. And that is it. Taking a quick look at the VHS selection. I know there's actually becoming quite the group of collectors for these old VHS movies, particularly schlocky, like murder movies and stuff. So let's head back. I'll show you guys what I ended up picking up. Hey, what's going on, guys? Want to show you a couple of these finds. Actually, a good-ass day at Goodwill, considering the last, like, 18 times I haven't bought anything. Bought several items. Checking out this St. Louis Cardinals garden gnome. I'll call it factory sealed. I mean, there's not really any way to tell. I think this was a gift when you walked in to the stadium. I usually tell people not to buy sports stuff if reselling is your goal. But there's certain teams that are the exception to that rule, and the St. Louis Cardinals are one of those teams. The fan base is just fever pitch. I'm going to give this as a Christmas gift. I have just the person in mind already, but if I wanted to sell it, probably wouldn't have any problems getting 30, 40 bucks for it at a $3 purchase price, just because St. Louis is, like I said, it's a fever pitch, that town with their baseball team at least. Too bad their football team didn't generate quite the excitement except for me, and when I say excitement, it was typically bone-chilling anger constantly. Let's look at this monitor. I believe the most recent Goodwill video, I mentioned you guys that monitors are kind of the go-to at Goodwill right now. I still see monitors with solid value constantly, and it's because Goodwill doesn't bother to look at any of that stuff. They just put them on the shelves. Probably they don't want to deal with shipping, would be my guess. But I see I saw like a $110 monitor earlier this year. This one's not worth nearly as much, but I know just the person to give this to, I'm going to give this away for free because the shipping and stuff, it wouldn't even be worth selling. But a buddy of mine playing Call of Duty is playing on a kind of older TV, and I tell people, like, if you're playing competitively any video game, you need to be on a monitor or a small TV. I see people playing first-person shooters and stuff on these 70-inch TVs, and they're horrible. And when you watch MLG players, they're always playing on monitors with headsets. Every MLG player, that should tell you what you need to know about, professional. If you're not competitive, if you don't care, then play wherever you want. But if you're trying to be the best at a first-person shooter or FIFA or whatever, you need to be playing on a monitor. So this one's from 2011. I noticed someone paid $60 for one of these on eBay just recently, a recent sold listing. But of course, if you sell this on eBay, you're losing and the buyer's losing. And USPS is winning. They're the only winners in that transaction because shipping's going to eat you alive. But this one does have HDMI. It was probably a $200 monitor. You can see it's a 23-inch, $200 monitor, maybe $180 back in like 2011, and has aged pretty well. It still has 1080p. You can see, it's kind of difficult to see, but you can see an HDMI under there, and that's kind of what I always look for. Obviously that Acer caught my eye, but that was a much older Acer. Like I said, I have found $200 monitors at that Goodwill, lightly used Acer brand, and I pick those up every time. Let's get into the last find. I'll pull this out of the box right now, actually, for you guys. So here you can see everything out of the box here. The mat, obviously pretty much a direct clone of Dance Dance Revolution, but I think you used your hands, so it's more of like a break dance type thing. The mat is pretty cool. It has some adhesive on the bottom of it. Quick look at the box here, but basically everything is just like directly out of the early 2000s. Like all I want to do is drink a 24 pack of Zima and drink Surge energy drinks, and then go try to feed stray cats to ATM machines. It's pretty much all I want to do when I see this. Mastiff, kind of notorious company. They made a bunch of stuff in the early 2000s, kind of Nintendo DS, GameCube era, and a lot of their games were not well received. I know they made a couple like RPG tactics games that had some decent reviews as well. The game is included, which obviously was really important in the purchase. I didn't really care for the mat. The game's in really nice condition. These people probably never even played it. You can still see the plastic and stuff on the outside. But yeah, I don't know why I got it. Sticker price at Goodwill was $10, but you can see it's a yellow tag. It's been in there for a month, and I got it for $5. So I don't know if I'm gonna sell this or do some sort of giveaway. I don't think I'll find anyone that wants to trade it. If not, I'll throw it on the bookshelf, complete in box as is. Anytime I see these things like Dance Dance Revolution, I leave them 100%. Same thing with Guitar Hero and all that stuff. But I told myself if I ever saw this game complete or that Dance Dance Revolution Mario on the GameCube complete in box, I was gonna pick those up just because they're kind of their own thing. They're not just like generated in a factory like those Dance Dance Revolution and Guitar Hero games were. They're kind of their own unique lore and kind of some fun animation and stuff on here. But yeah, obviously my fat ass is never going to play this game. But cool to see. I know this came out on PS2 as well, I believe. But it's just a cool kind of collector's item. I'm sure there's an Xbox fan out there that would love to have this just to throw on the bookshelf, not necessarily to play. But everything looks to work. You can see the cable over there that goes to the Xbox. And as I said, the mat is still kind of sticky on the bottom for that adhesive property. So that is it, guys, for Goodwill. I really would appreciate a thumbs up from you guys. Subscribe if you want to. I'll be back in 2 days. I'm going to be doing a video telling you guys some scams on Black Friday I want you guys to avoid. There's 2 or 3 kind of sketchy, mislabeled sales going on. I want to warn you guys about those so you're not a sucker and you don't end up buying them. I'll be back with that in 2 days. But in the meantime, you guys take care. I'm glad I went back to Goodwill. Today was fun. I think I'm going to try to do this every other week or so just to let the shelves kind of fill up again. Take care, guys.